The year is 2020. Everyone's looking for something to listen to. The ear holes aren't getting stuffed with quality entertainment. But two men are bringing it to you. They're bringing it together, and they're getting all up in your ear holes. This is Play PSVR, the podcast, episode 82. And I am Alex, and I am here with Adam. Adam, how are you doing today?
I'm going to give it to everybody's ear holes so hard, they're going to be limping for the rest of the week.
Hitting you so hard in the ear that your feet stop working, make you weak at the knees. I get it. Adam, when you use a Q-tip, do you go in the ear hole?
First, I go through the B hole and then in the E hole.
You're not supposed to, I found out. You're supposed to just massage the outside and not go in the ear hole. Doesn't that seem to defeat the purpose? Why isn't the Q-tip, why is it so pointy?
Well, here's the thing. So you shouldn't put the Q-tip in your ear and inside your eardrum. That's where you get issues. But if you take it through your B-hole all the way through and out the eardrum, you aren't going to pierce it.
So here's the question then. When I pour hydrogen peroxide in my ear because something gets in there, am I going to poop it out later that day?
Are you ingesting it via your ear hole?
Yeah, it's basically what it sounds like because that's a connected path. Welcome to Play PSVR, the podcast where we talk about VR-related stuff all the time. Is it a connected path, Adam?
Well, first of all, you're going to sneeze it out. The body is very mysterious. Like one of the seven wonders of the world, the eye. So,
yeah, the great mysteries of the eye, yeah.
Exactly. So no one really knows, to be honest. So it's kind of like you roll with it. You hope what you're doing is best. My name's Adam Malugan, and I just want to welcome you to Play PSVR on the podcast. And first, I'm going to talk about my gamer juice. I'm going to try to get us back on track because I could talk about the seven wonders of the eye, my butthole, and my e-hole all night long. But that's not what this is about. So if we aren't doing video tonight, but Alex can see, I have a drink called Sip. Now, what's interesting about what I am holding here and that Alex can see, so I purchased this drink and I just saw it was sparkling summer pear with pear, green tea, and honey, and there's sparkling water. I'm like, okay, well, that sounds fancy, so let's try that. Then upon, recording or prior to recording, I noticed that, this has an outer covering on it. So the outer covering is what says pear, green tea, and honey. And when I strip back the peeling here, the actual can says Mojo Berry, blackberry, mint, and lime. So the question is, Alex, I thought I purchased one thing, but obviously this can is one of two flavors. So do you trust the outer covering, or do you trust what is actually on the metal can? What do you think? Am I going to get Mojo, that's bad, Mojo Berry, or am I going to get sparkling summer pear?
Chances are those are the exact same thing. But what I'm really curious about is, imagine you drank it with the covering on, and then you tore the covering off, you drank it again. I wonder if the knowledge that it was a different flavor would make you be like, oh, yeah, no, that is Mojo Berry. What was I thinking?
Ooh.
I don't think it's going to be what's on the inside, obviously, right? They made it, and then they were like, ooh, Mojo Berry's not selling well. Let's rebrand. Let's take a turn, hard left, into sparkling summer cherry.
Don't you think that pear, green tea, and honey taste nothing like blackberry, mint, and lime? I should be able to tell the difference.
I do not. I'm terrible with taste. For the longest time, I thought mango and orange was the same thing. They're not, by the way.
Wow.
So
trash.
Yeah, tell me, how is it, Adam? Great audio. Is this your first time with this drink on the podcast? I've already made the joke that Sip is just piss backwards.
It's not. But no, you haven't. No, I haven't. So here's that great audio. This is definitely pear, green tea, and honey, without a doubt. It is very strong on honey. That's almost all I taste. There is no way this is blackberry mint and lime, meaning that the metal can is incorrect. So probably what happened, they made a bunch of cans that were like, oh, balls. And how do we correct this? I also got this at a Big Lots, which I guess explains why it was at a Big Lots.
You should have led with that, my man. You should have led with that.
Oh, you thought I went out and bought a drink at a nice fancy place like the Come and Go. Instead, I've been holding out in Big Lots.
Oh man. Okay, my gaming juice this week. My parents came up, paid me a visit here last week, and they brought me a gift. Last time they were up visiting me, they went to a distillery and they bought this bourbon that was apparently local to the area and great. It's called Iron Hills Bourbon. It's supposed to be fantastic. You know, it has things like the batch number and the bottle number. Sounds real legit. They took it home and opened it, said it smells like butthole, said it tastes like butthole. And so what do? They take it back and they give it to their son because they know their son has a podcast where he talks about gamer juices. So my gamer juice this week is this Iron Hills Bourbon, affectionately known as Butthole Bourbon by my family. Thanks. Shout out to Ma and Pa. Doesn't smell like butthole. I'm wondering what buttholes my parents have been smelling. But let's go ahead for the taste here. Let's see how it goes. I have a little glass here with it. Not a big bourbon drinker, guys, so I don't.
You're a pansy. That's why. You're not a man.
And it two for two on the podcast with bad drinks this past couple times, Adam. This tastes like butthole.
Well, first of all, he didn't tell you he freaking diluted the crap out of it with soda water.
Bourbon and soda is a thing, right? Butthole and soda is not a thing.
This
does not taste good. This does not taste good.
Well, you're gonna have to drink it.
Please, listeners, chime in. Let me know how I'm supposed to drink butthole to make it taste good.
We love it.
I'm not going to eat that booty like groceries, guys. This is not what I do. Moving on to video game talk. The Power A play of the week. Technically the play of last week. He didn't record last week, but Adam finally lived up to his promise. He played Transpose by the great Secret Location. Those developers. Transpose, maybe my favorite game on the PSVR. What? Top 5, easily for me. Top 5. It's an emotional journey for me. Oh, listen to him go. Adam, here's what I'm going to say. Before Adam can even talk about it, you watch the golden stream of Adam playing this game. The guy does not get it. It'd be like watching Adam play Transpose is like watching somebody play Portal that didn't realize that when you shoot the portal, you can go through it and into the teleport to the other room. You didn't realize you can go through the walls. That's what it's like watching Adam play Transpose. He's getting mad that because he didn't know he could record himself doing something and then interact with his past self. I don't know what his deal is. Adam, talk about Transpose.
You're wrong. The thing is, I knew that, but the execution of it is so poor, and the explanation of the execution is so poor that I stood no chance.
It was very easy. I loved it. It was perfect when I played it.
Yeah, right. Okay, so here's my thoughts. So the idea of it, I cherish. I am impressed with.
Cherish it.
And I really enjoy where they were going with it. It is an extremely unique idea. It is unlike anything that is on the PSVR. And we have some good puzzle games, but nothing like that. It lends itself to incredible puzzles, the necessary of some, inquisitive thinking, and it's just a straight up good idea. I mean, I have to give them props. Fantastic idea. Here's the problem with it, though. One, I am serious that I understood what to do, but I didn't understand how to do it. And
you did it. I had to explain to you how to. Anyway, okay. Go.
No, but without you joining me and literally telling me what to do step by step, it wasn't like, I mean, you could go back and look on the stream, anyone who's in disbelief. It's not that you just had to tell me what to do. You had to tell me step by step. It was that unclear. And if they went through and they kind of told you the general instructions, and then if you didn't get it, if you didn't grasp it, if you missed a sentence, there is no more help coming. Like, there are some games that they teach you something, and then if you continue to struggle, they prompt you with some more clues. They should have done that in this game, and they didn't. That one level where you have to throw the box to yourself, I wouldn't have finished it. I would have quit. I would definitely, because I don't understand it. They don't help you. It doesn't make any sense. What they're sitting here talking about friggin' wristbands and different dimensions. You're like 10 minutes into the game. There has to be a better way to introduce the subject and explain the subject than that.
So
You're
here's
telling
let me explain
me,
the puzzle for the listeners who don't know what happened. In this puzzle, you have to walk across to this platform and grab this box. When you pick up this box, it erases the walkway to get you to that platform. So you pick up this box and you throw it to where you came from, and then you kill yourself. And then your next iteration starts. The next life of you starts, and you walk out and you see your prior version walking over to go grab the box. And so obviously you're recording yourself, you go grab the box and you throw it to where you came from. And then that recording of yourself continues to proceed throughout the game level while your second version is walking. So you're literally doing something knowing that your respawned version is going to interact with it. But Adam would walk across, throw the box, land it on the ground, and then kill himself and then delete that recording and then wonder why nothing's happening. Adam.
That's because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know I was killing myself
Adam
because
they
don't explain it.
Okay, you didn't understand the core components of the gameplay. Once you finally understood it, did it feel better? Were you enjoying it more? It sounded like you were having a better time.
I mean, any time that you are completely baffled and confused and not progressing at all, it's a miserable time, regardless of what game you're playing.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that in No Man's Sky. I felt like that in a lot of games where you start and they don't effing tell you what you're doing. It's miserable. So, of course, I enjoyed it a little more after that. But here's the second downfall. And this, I will admit, that is a personal flaw. I don't want to work for 8-10 hours and then go home and think. And this game is one of those in which it's not easy. It will test you and actually make you think. And I'll admit, and this is a discussion that we can have here, Alex, because I feel like there really is a difference. Like the way Chroma Gun made me think was less, I don't know what, it was like more enjoyable thinking. Maybe it was like I still had to use some critical thinking skills, but it wasn't overly difficult. So I didn't really have to tax my brain. Same thing for like Static. Like oftentimes Static, I was like, what the F am I doing? I am completely lost. I don't know what buttons to push. I don't know how this, but none of it made me really frustrated, even when I wasn't advancing. But Transpose is a game that, especially when you get in some of the later levels, it is difficult enough. I'm really going to have to think. And because of the different timelines of yourself, there's just a lot to think about. It's not like, oh, I made a mistake, let's reset this puzzle. Resetting the puzzle may mean, oh, now I have to do 3 different timelines to accurately to get to the same spot that I messed up before. So I don't know what it is about. Is it simply you think the amount of thinking a game takes that's taxing that some people like myself wouldn't want to do? Or do you think it's the way the game's laid out?
I think it's just the way your brain works, I guess. I don't know, man. Like, I really enjoyed having to think about how my actions are going to affect the future. But you Mr. Throw your garbage wherever you want, Mr. Litterbug, you don't care about the future. You don't care who you hurt in the future. I carefully consider all of my moves in my life and in games to make sure that whatever happens 1, 2, 5, 15, 20 years from now, I'm not hurting anybody and I'm making the world a better place for the next version of myself and for everyone else. But you, Mr. Litterbug, you jerk.
Okay, here you go, you butthole. You want to know what I do for people in the world? Before I shake hands with my cohorts, I stick my hand in my pants and I fart on it. And that way when I shake their hands, their body's working overtime to avoid getting sick. Their immune systems skyrocket. They have amazing immune systems, and now they don't get sick. And it's because of my fart in my hand.
I hope to God they trace this coronavirus thing back to you.
Back to my beehole.
It's back to you sharting in your hand before you shook some Chinese dude's hand. And he was confused because he didn't even shake hands normally, but you're just so adamant about it.
Like konnichiwa.
Yeah, that's not even Chinese, but all right. Yeah, you walk up to some Chinese guy saying konnichiwa,
Oh, yeah.
make him shake your hands. How can we make this worse? What are you going to do? Say something racist too. No.
Yeah, but don't test me.
Anyway,
Okay.
so let me just talk about some of the, did you enjoy the graphics? I loved them.
The general, I don't know if aura is the
Aesthetic.
right word. Yeah, the general aesthetic, yeah, I enjoyed. It was kind of one of those freaky things. It's one of those freaking games like Rez. Now, granted, of course, I fell in love with Rez, but where you don't know what's going on. There's not really a plot. It's like, but I mean, that's all right. I'm not crazy in a plot, especially for puzzle games. But
It's actually it's like the same plot as Rez. You're going into your computer system to restart the world or something like that.
Oh my god, so generic. What a ripoff. Anyhow, it was all right. Nothing that I would go nuts about, but I certainly didn't disapprove of it.
How about the music? Did you like the music? I listen to the music regularly.
Yeah, I know you love it. The bit I've heard of.
Boom, boom. Shout out to Robbie Duguay, if that's how you say his name.
I was just like, I mean, again, I think it fit the game, but I'm not going to listen to it on my own. So I don't think it's that good.
Do you listen to music on your own?
Pharaoh's Code.
That's the most Adam song I can think of. So Adam's sitting there, in his bedroom looking in the mirror with just blue jeans on, no t-shirt. Pumping himself up to Pharaoh's Code. Relax the mind so you see my vision. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, Adam, I'm sorry you didn't really care for Transpose that much. Thank you for giving it a crack. You're really missing out. It's a treat. I think it's a mindful game, and I appreciate you're not the kind of dude who really wants to dig into his own mind too much.
I don't know what it is. I wish you would close your eyes so you could see my vision.
Did you look up the lyrics right now?
Yeah, I know parts of them, but I don't know them well enough to recite them so that we can, look into the future that we see all seasons.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Shall we move on, Adam, to break the big news?
No, because you never answered my question.
Well, sorry.
Have you played Chromagun?
Yes, I played Chromagun. It felt just like.
And have you played Static?
Yes, I played Static.
Okay, so what do you think? Well, do you share my sentiment that it takes more energy, maybe more brain power, or it's more taxing to play a game like Transpose than those two other similar puzzle games?
For two reasons. Transpose, because it's time-based, you literally have to think four-dimensionally. As in, you have to think about what is going to be happening at the same time as what I'm doing right now. And not only like what is the next person going to do, you have to think what is four iterations from now going to do. There's somewhere it gets really, really nasty where it's like I'm doing something now, and it's not going to affect the next version of me. The next version of me is going to affect the third version of me, and the fourth version of me is who the first version of me is interacting with. It gets real confusing, and you almost get through it just by luck. Static, you're very stationary. It's kind of just visual puzzles, three-dimensional, almost two-dimensional. Chromagun, no, it's not a bad thing. It's just that's just the way it is. Chromagun,
you're bringing up D's, man. You got quadruple D's, and I've only got double D's out here. And
I can't get enough D's, man. I can't get enough. Chromagun felt like an extended tutorial, as in it just adds just enough to each level compared to the previous level to where you always feel almost ahead of the curve, if you know what I mean. And that's a good thing to a degree because you never, like you said, it completely avoids that frustration you were talking about. You always feel well equipped with the task, and you always solve the puzzle pretty quickly and smoothly and are happy with the result. So, yeah.
I actually, in the last 2 weeks, other than Transpose, the only other VR game I've played is Chromagun.
You went back to it?
I did. It's a very good game. It's an excellent game. I enjoyed it. That music, that's the music I would listen to on my own. I don't know what it is about it. It's so relaxing. It's like gentle. It's like someone's cupping me, and it feels wonderful and gentle, and it's wonderful. It really is. It's great. So if you guys haven't played Chromagun, purchase it other than Transpose. So that's Power A Play of the Week, Transpose. And, am I going to finish it? I'm going to be honest. No.
I'll finish it for you. I'm going to come over to your house and finish it for you.
And you didn't platinum it because it doesn't have a platinum, right?
I gilded it. I golded it.
Yeah, you gold. You got gold,
Gelded it.
gold nuts.
Anyways, moving on. We got big news. Big news. Maybe the biggest news. Play PSVR. We're changing gears, guys. We're changing gears. Listen, when Adam and I went out on a limb, risked it all on this venture, we started this podcast and we expected to make millions. You know, we were ahead of the PSVR curve. We were ahead of the podcast curve. You know, those guys, Serial, Joe Rogan, they all copied us. All those guys, they're copying what we do with our brand. Yeah, they might have had episodes before us, but they heard us and they changed their course because they're like, oh, this is what this could be. You know, and those millions never came to fruition. Let me tell you, we were ready to rake in the cash. And we've raked in a whopping $20 Power A PSVR headset holder, and we appreciate it. But it's time to broaden our horizons because we still need those millions. And so today, Adam and I are announcing the GameHole podcast. Adam, how do you feel about the GameHole podcast? You want to tell our listeners what the GameHole podcast is?
Here's the thing. The GameHole podcast, I'm excited for it. I haven't been a big fan of two-dimensional games in the past couple years. We've had this podcast, but it's time to venture out. It's time. I know some of you have been harassing me because I'm playing Shadow of the Colossus right now, and that's the reason why, because I'm trying to venture out, and that is what GameHole podcast is doing. So we are covering a wide variety of games among potentially many different consoles, different variety and genre of games. And we're going to focus on one game a week. It's more of like a pseudo deep dive approach, but that will allow us to dive deeper into gameplay, developers, the legacy left behind in the game. And then, of course, we are never going to leave behind the splash of the Play PSVR style because that is who we are, and it makes for great entertainment. So PSVR games will still be in the mix. I still love VR games. Alex was telling me earlier one of the games he wants me to play for this new podcast is Resident Evil 2. And immediately I was like, oh, it's not VR. I'm not playing that, ho. But you know what? Sometimes I need to spread my legs a little bit more and just accept it, and just take it. And that's what I'm going to attempt to do in this new GameHole podcast. So PSVR games will still be in the mix. We'll have hopefully maybe a little bit bigger fan base. We'll get to play a little more games, and it gives us a little more leeway for ridiculous banter and things to talk about. So Play PSVR won't be forgotten, obviously, but now our main focus will be shifting to our game holes. But with that being said, if you have some games you would like to hear or you have suggestions, you've heard us now for 82 episodes. If there's something we could do better, let us know, because now's the perfect time to make changes. We want to make your listening experience more enjoyable. And as we start to shift towards the game hole, we want you to come with us because you are our baby and I love you. And I still got a lot of breast milk you can suck down because Alex can only drink one breast's worth.
Adam, I do want to say, the PSVR, Play PSVR, the website, the podcast, all that's still going to be up. We'll probably end up making an episode here. We're just not going to be as dedicated to it because, guys, it's not bringing in the millions. And we are not in this for anything but the money. We're in this for the money, and we got to make that money happen.
What's that thing? My Fan. Also, look at us. Or True Fan? What is it, Alex?
What are you talking about?
There's a site that I just heard at that now all this was definitely planned, as you can tell. There's a website that all the new hot streamers are going to. It's like True Fan or One Fan or something.
Listen to him try to make up a way to struggle this porn site that he's trying to represent as if he doesn't know.
No, seriously, that's what it is. I think you subscribe to these people Patreon and
you think nudes. You think? Yeah, hit us up at our OnlyFans. I'm gonna make an OnlyFans for the GameHole podcast. Hit us up.
Oh, could you imagine the creeps? Let's look it up. What do you think it is? One Fan? I'll look it up.
Yeah, I know what it is, Adam. We're not gonna. Yeah, I know what it is.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, it's OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Okay.
Yeah, Adam. Oh, I don't know.
Dude, can you imagine if we had a GameHole OnlyFans?
We're gonna have one. I'm gonna make one, man.
It's just buttholes.
No, it's not. It's not. It doesn't have to be, Adam. It can be whatever we want it to be, man.
Yeah, we want it to be
goodness.
only buttholes.
All right,
It's
so
just picture after picture of buttholes. And people sign up for it. They're looking for gaming news. They just get a GameHole.
You sign up for it. So, guys, if you want, so Shadow of the Colossus, that's the first one we're going to try to tackle. I have a handful of games I want Adam to play. Games that I love and I know he's going to hate. That's kind of the point of it from my perspective. If there's a game you want us to shove up our game hole, please let us know. Send us an email. It's still going to be the PlayPS. Contact at playpsvr.com. We'll set up a Gmail account.
For now.
We'll set up a Gmail account for GameHole. But yeah, you can get a hold of us on all the same channels.
Maybe we shouldn't. We just keep using the Play PSVR one.
Play PSVR is promoting itself. It's upgrading from a podcast to a network.
Oh,
Play PSVR Network presents the GameHole podcast, which is not PSVR related.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And we're still being sponsored by PowerA.
Oh yeah, it's in the clause of the Power, that $20 headset thing they gave us. It says every podcast we have to mention it. So even if we started like a world history podcast, there would be the PowerA play of the week. Some
PowerA continent of the week.
Some ancient Roman maneuver is going to get a shout out then from PowerA. God, one day we'll be able to shake free of it, but as long as PowerA is a company, we're beholden to represent them at the top of our podcast. So there's still going to be the PowerA play of the week. Adam, what games are you thinking of besides Shadow of the Colossus? We talked about BioShock. You want to play BioShock? The Last of Us.
The Last of Us is one that we're definitely doing. Honestly, the whole reason I wanted to do it is so you would have to play Kingdom Hearts because I know you're not going to otherwise.
That you are absolutely right, and that is the only way I'm going to play Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, and I'm just going to make them play one of them. I'm not sure which one to have you play yet. We'll discuss it, but that should be good. And so it's not also like big games that I want to play either. It's small, like weird things. Like we were talking about Slumball and Vertigo Home. I feel like some of those games are small and weird. They deserve some love.
I got a lot of weird games for you, Adam.
See, that's perfect. And I love the weird games. I just think starting out, as we're starting to get a fan base, we probably will stick with larger ones because I feel like who's going to watch a podcast if we talk about Humpty Dumpty's Hole? No one's going to be like, what's that game? They're not going to listen to that. But with Last of Us Part 2 coming up, people are probably more likely to listen to some of the bigger games. So that's our thinking, but we'll gladly take any suggestions. And next, back on the VR path of thinking, here's the thing. So you have a backlog. You have a lot of games, and this is VR-specific games that you have yet to play. And yet I know you have a Stadia, and I know you play other stuff, I'm sure. I actually don't know what the F you do. So, I guess whatever. I want to talk about your backlog, and I want to talk about, with the limited time you have, what games you should focus on and kind of see where you're sitting with this. Because there's a lot of games in here. I know, Alex, I know you can't finish all these, but how about you tell us what games are on your backlog and your initial thinking in whether you even want to finish them, or if, maybe all of these they're the reason they're in your backlog is because you don't want to play any of them.
Is it considered backlog if I played like a lot of it but just didn't finish it? Do I have to include that in my backlog? Because if so, that's every single PSVR game.
I feel like that is. I mean, to be in your backlog, I feel like, I don't know. There's also a thing to me, honestly. I wouldn't say something's in a backlog if you played it and didn't like it and don't want to finish it.
Well,
like,
right,
me,
of course.
Transpose is not in my backlog because I don't want to play it anymore. And, man, I thought I'd get better reaction. Yeah, I thought I was going to get reaction.
No, you're an a-hole. I don't need to stand for this.
Well,
my backlog, Adam. Number one, drunken bar fight. I think I got it to try to get the platinum for the platinum challenge. I'm not super enthused about playing it, but I love a little bit of boxing here and there, so that's probably what has me motivated to keep it around. They are releasing an update for it. It's going to have some multiplayer, so you can box the ears off of your friend. I'm definitely going to jump into that with you because I hate you. Up next, we have Evasion. You hated this game. I'm really looking for a way. I haven't seen him on Twitter for a while. I'm just trying to connect to VR Martin. I mean, you call this a wave shooter, but I feel like it might just be like an old school first-person shooter. I could get down with that.
Dude, it's a wave shooter. Everyone admits it's a wave shooter. It really is. You would be – this is so mean, but I feel like you're wasting your time. I really do.
All right. Moving on. Red Matter. This is one of the ones I really want to play. The things that I've heard about this make it sound like exactly the kind of game I want to play. Just haven't gotten around to it. I know it's not a long game, right? Should that take me like one evening to play through?
Oh, I'm trying to think. It's not very long. It is a game that you would like. It has a pretty kind of mysterious and suspenseful plot to it.
That's what I want, man.
I'm trying to think of the visuals on it. I think they were like all right, nothing great. Like I thought there was some graininess. The puzzles aren't incredibly difficult, so I do think you could probably get through it quite a bit. I would have to look back at my notes to see how long it is, but yeah, it's not going to take you weeks. At most, it would take you probably 3 days.
Okay. 11-11, a game that came out with no fanfare, but people told me that I would like it because I like the Invisible Hours so much. So right there, it shot up to the top of my list of games I want to play. I've just never, ever, ever touched it.
If you want to watch a movie and then watch it backwards and then watch it forward some part again, then yeah, this is great.
I do. That is what I want to do.
Okay.
Gollum, I should really play it because they sent us a code. I need to review this in an official capacity. So you would know we at least have one more episode of Play PSVR, the podcast, because I have to review Gollum. Space Channel 5 VR. I need to do it. I need to show Mizuguchi my love. Need to show Mizuguchi my Gucci. Sprint Vector. It's probably great. I'm too fat to play that game now. Apollo 11. I love outer space stuff. I just feel like this might be too chill, educational for me, maybe.
We never actually landed on the moon.
I know. That's why I want to see what it would be like if we did.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Blood and Truth. It was disappointing, but I want to finish it because it was one of the biggest releases. Batman.
But why do you want to finish it? If you didn't like it.
I feel like maybe I wasn't in the right mindset when I played it. Like I was streaming it, but I wasn't letting myself get all the way into it. I got kind of frustrated. I think my VR setup wasn't great for it either.
PMS?
I was on my cycle at that moment.
Yeah, okay.
Batman VR, that's just supposed to be a real winner that I just completely overlooked.
Dude, at this point, it's so old, it's not going to be impressive anymore.
I bet it will be. That's what I want to see. Deracine. I love From Software. I loved what I saw of Deracine. I love everything about the game. Just didn't play more. So maybe that's what I should do next. Eagle Flight. Just sounded cool. There was somebody behind it, some developer or something. Some group made it, and they made a game that I really like. There's something about that game that was like, oh, I should play that one too, and I never got around to it. Gun Club VR. I don't know. I don't want to play it. Let's take that off the list.
Yeah, I was like, why? Yeah. Why? Do you have it?
I do have it.
Why?
It was part of Maydays, man. Maydays, though. Are we going to do Maydays? We should do Maydays.
Yeah, man.
Every episode I'm going to ask you if we're doing Maydays. We should do Maydays.
We should do Maydays. Although, can Maydays be non-VR games too now?
We'll let the listeners decide. Here They Lie. I've heard great things about.
Dude, how have you not played this yet?
Adam, that's the whole point of this backlog. I have no reason. I have no excuses. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna do March Madness style. We're gonna knock these down once you're done.
Okay.
You got
Mortal Legacy. Jade Cypher. Chota Boy really wants to know if I've played it. I haven't played it. Job Simulator. After watching you play Vacation Simulator, I lost a lot of desire to play Job Simulator.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look great. I hear it's great. Everyone says it's great. It doesn't look great. I don't want to touch it, but I have it.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to go 2 by 2. Drunken Bar Fight and Evasion. Which one of these two would you rather play?
Drunken Bar Fight.
Okay, I was going to be ready to fight you on
delete
that.
it. Yeah, okay.
But I'm okay. I'm good with that. I think that's a clear winner.
Yeah.
It's a quick game. It's going to take you 30 minutes to get the idea. It's fun. That is a good game to do a golden stream on because it's very easy. It's laughable. Or even like a party. If you have someone come over, it's a good party game because it's so ridiculous and funny.
I have 0 friends. Continue.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, Red Matter and 11-11.
This is tough, but probably Red Matter just because I've heard better things about it.
Okay, I think that's fair. It's I mean, I haven't played 11-11, but Red Matter was pretty decent.
Mhm.
I think it is your type of game, and I know it's been on your list for a while. Golem or Space Channel 5?
This one's tough because one is a game I really want to play, and one is a game I really have to play. So we're gonna have to go to the one that the mandated one is gonna be Gollum. Sorry, ooh la la.
That sucks.
God, I want to play. I want to play Space Channel 5. What am I doing recording a damn podcast with you when I could be playing Space Channel 5 VR, dancing with ooh la la, making my teenage dreams come true?
Dude, I don't know. Why are you playing with yourself behind your desk while we're shooting a podcast?
Because I'm thinking about ooh la la. And looking at you. Sprint Vector versus Apollo 11. I said it before. I'm too fat for Sprint Vector. It's Apollo 11.
Oh, dude, but Sprint Vector actually has some action.
I'm too fat.
Oh my, you're pitiful. Blood and Truth and Batman.
Batman.
Really? Even though you're like, what, halfway, quarter?
Yep. Because Batman I know is going to take like 2 hours to beat, and then I'll be done with it.
Oh, okay. Deracine and Eagle Flight.
Deracine.
Okay, I think that's a pretty good point.
Mm-hmm.
Gun Club and Here They Lie.
Here They Lie.
Good. I was like, Here They Lie. The thing is, I'm not even a huge fan of Here They Lie. I think it was all right, but I still think you should play it. And you've already missed. It was free for a while. Oh, you probably got it when it was free.
Yeah, I got it when it was free.
Okay, then yeah, you should go. Perfect. Immortal Legacy or Job Simulator?
Immortal Legacy.
See, after playing Vacation Simulator, I totally agree. That game sucked butt. Okay, next. We got our next round. Drunken Bar Fight, Red Matter.
Red Matter.
Ooh, okay, I think that's fair.
This is what's going to suck. It's just going to be Gollum because it's the one I have to play.
Well, I mean, it doesn't. Okay, ignore the fact that you have to.
Okay,
now.
okay. Well, then I would have
Gollum, Apollo.
I would have had Space Channel 5. We'll say Gollum because it's probably more fun than Apollo 11.
You know what? Then let's add Space Channel.
No. Don't. We don't backtrack here. This isn't transpose. Apollo 11's gone.
Batman or Deracine?
Deracine.
Okay, I think that one may be your winner. I don't know.
Partially it's because I spent like $40 on Deracine. I thought it was going to become a collector's edition. It dropped down to like $10 quickly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here They Lie, Immortal Legacy.
This is tough. I'm going to go with Here They Lie because, who was it? VR Couch? What's that guy's name?
Who?
The VR Sofa. That guy?
Yeah.
He recommended this game big time, and I appreciate his recommendation.
Okay.
The VR Couch. Sorry, dude. That's funny.
VR Sofa, yeah, I'm an idiot.
VR Couch.
Red Matter or Gollum?
Red Matter.
Okay. Okay, this is good. Deracine, Here They Lie.
Deracine.
Here it is. Deracine, Red Matter, final round. And by the way, this game you have to play.
I have to.
You have to. No way around it.
I want to say, I think I would like, when both are done, I'd like Deracine more. But these space type games really affect me, and I like to be affected. I like to be touched by these games. I'm going to go with Red Matter because I've heard great things. It sounds right up my alley, and there's big question marks about it for me. Deracine, I know what it is. So we're going to go with Red Matter. I have to play Red Matter. What's my time frame here?
Since it's a shorter game, before the next podcast, which I don't know.
So I have like 8 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah, you do. Okay, there you go. Boom.
We did that. Should we do this every episode of GameHole? Try to force me to play a game in my backlog so that I finally get something done?
Well, I feel like the next game will be the game we're covering for GameHole.
Yeah. I can play 2 games. No, I can't. Look how tired I am.
You can't.
I'm so glad we're not doing video.
Game.
I'm so glad we're not doing video. The bag's under my eyes, Adam. I'm a shell of a man these days.
You look like trash. Let me fart in my hand and slap you in the face.
I wish it'd probably be an improvement these days.
Yeah, true that. Okay, new release this week. We got a game. It's coming out. It's called Covert. Here you go. You're recruited by a mysterious client, not for your fans, but for Covert.
OnlyFans.
What?
OnlyFans.
Oh, that's me. OnlyFans. You and your partner take on a series of high-profile. F me. I'm done with this. I'm done. High-profile heists. Utilize gadgets to infiltrate the various facilities as the crafty thief in VR and breach through security systems as a clever hacker on a mobile device. Cooperation and trust must be necessary to sneak past guards, hack through laser grids, crack safes, and much more. What's your thinking on this, Alex? What is the excitement level 0 to 10?
I'm gonna say 5 because there's a very, very, very subtle hint of eroticism in this description, and it might just be the way that you were reading it. It might just be me thinking about Catherine Zeta-Jones dipping between the lasers with her butt up in the air
And having OnlyFans.
And we've been talking about OnlyFans now. Here's the thing. This game would sound cool if I hadn't just heard of it like 2 days before it came out, which makes me think it's going to be a turd.
Yeah, that's always and also I feel like a lot of the VR games haven't been coming out when we think they're coming out. It's almost been a crapshoot. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it almost kind of reminds me of a oh dang it. What's the game? You're a agent and people are trying to kill you. Not everybody has to die. What's the game? I'm brain farting.
Keep talking and nobody explodes?
No, that's a party game. This is killing me.
Is this a VR game?
It is. And it's one of the older games, and you're a secret agent.
I expect you to die.
That's it. Thank you.
Yeah,
and
it does feel like that. You're right.
It does.
Was there eroticism in that game?
I mean, you played hands, and you could do to yourself whatever you wanted. And since
that's
you
erotic.
And if you were in the headset, it's someone else's hands.
Is VR inherently erotic because you're taking over the body of somebody else?
I think it depends on what you like. There's also that stupid Out of the Dark Hikaru Utada stupid concert. She was really grainy, but she looked at you in the eye and she sang to you. That could really get.
Tell me more about that, Adam. How did that feel?
So that felt fantastic because I sat there and it was dark all around me. She was real grainy. She looked Chinese. The music sucked.
Oh my God.
And actually it was a miserable experience. I don't even know if I could get through one entire song. What are you complaining about?
Nothing. Just if you don't hear it, you're not gonna know. That's fine.
She is Chinese, right? Is she Japanese?
She's Japanese for sure.
I just flip-flopped them. That's a big,
For sure. 100%.
I know they're different countries, but, crap
100%.
People call me South American all the time.
It's not just that. It's that you were listing that as part of the things that made you not like the experience.
Oh, no, I didn't intend that. I didn't intend that.
It was grainy.
She almost gave me the coronavirus, but I just shook her hand and I was okay with it. I didn't mean that.
You're digging yourself deeper, Adam. Thank God we're starting a new podcast. We're not carrying this baggage over.
That's the reason we're quitting this one, because we're actually getting kicked off. We got demonetized, just like in effing YouTube, and we're screwed. We're boned.
Adam, let's talk about the sales this week. We got a very short list. VR ping pong for $2.99.
Like your like the opposite of your beehole.
Like my VR ding dong. Carnival Games VR $4.79.
Anyhow, ping pong I would not purchase.
Okay, Carnival Games VR $4.79.
No.
Wolfenstein Cyberpilot $7.99.
Ooh. This is a game that everyone they opened up their GameHole on in their mouth, and I actually thought it was a pretty good game. Now, I will admit, there's certain points in the game where tracking is the worst I may have ever seen in a VR game, but there's ways to get around it. The actual combat, the actual visuals, the actual gameplay is actually pretty good. I was very impressed with it. It's a short game. 2 hours max.
This is in my backlog. Should it jump ahead of Red Matter?
So have you purchased it already?
Yes.
Oh man, it's okay. Here, the bad things about it, you do a mission, which is awesome. The missions are incredible. There's variety. There, like I said, it's visually appealing. Looks awesome. It plays awesome. It's great. But then after every mission, you go back to the base and they ask you to do stupid little trivial tasks, and it's very predictable, and it's like that after every mission. And these trivial tasks are where the tracking is just so abominable that I can't even fathom. They must have just not even tried. They must have forgot that they had to include some type of tracking in it. It's so bad.
Hopefully it's been upgraded.
I don't know if
Updated.
it has or not. I can't say. But if you are willing to fight through that, then I would absolutely say you need to play it. I enjoyed it more than Red Matter. But for you, I still think you would like Red Matter more.
I appreciate your frank opinions and honesty. Adam Discovery for $4.79.
It's unfortunate because I like Discovery. I just think that unless you really want another game to build and you want it to look like Minecraft, I feel like there's not a huge reason to play that. And actually, that's reminiscent and kind of nostalgic for me. That is the first game as Play PSVR that we covered.
You had the hippo, didn't you?
Yeah, I had the hippo. You went inside the hippo, inside its butthole.
You went inside his ear hole, came out his butthole.
That's right. Actually, you went in his mouth hole and came out his butthole.
Same thing. Same thing.
Uh-huh.
Dick Wild, $7.49.
Too hard.
Dick Wild 2, $9.99.
Harder.
LA Noire, the VR case files for $14.99.
Hardest.
This is a game I wanted to play.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You
it
like
doesn't
investigate.
look like anything that I would want to play, so I never really even considered it.
It's like it's the people that made Grand Theft Auto, like that kind of game. You're a cop investigating people, and you look at their faces and see how they're responding. It's probably way easier than it sounds, but I just heard good things. And then finally, Gollum for $24.99. You're gonna have to wait until next time to get our opinion on that. Maybe, probably not. That is it for the sales, Adam. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I want to thank you guys for listening to Play PSVR, the podcast, episode 82. Thank you for sticking with us. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to feel your love. And let us know what's up your game hole, because our game holes are real big and we need something to shove up in them. And it should be pretty easy. I'm excited to see what you think of Gollum. I'm excited to see what you think about Red Matter, Alex. Maybe this week on the Golden Stream, Wednesdays at typically 9 Eastern, somewhere near that time, we play a game. Hopefully Alex can play Red Matter or Gollum possibly. That would be awesome. But regardless, thank you guys. As always, this is Adam and Alex for Play PSVR podcast. The virtual reality is our reality. Look for us on a
Yeah.